Hey everyone, coinmetallurgist here. It's been about a week since I recorded the video to show you that I was starting to go through 30 pounds of world coins, and I've finished. I spent a couple hours each night and after my kids have gone to sleep, and I've been able to process through everything. What I have in front of you are kind of the new types, some of the coins that I want to show you. There were a lot more good coins than this. A lot of stuff was coins I already had, but they upgraded. They were nicer coins, better condition than what I already had, so I just replaced the coin I had in the binders. There were a bunch of proof coins from Bahamas, four of which were new types. All of them are minted by Franklin Mint. So there's those, and we get into a bunch of older coins, and a lot of these are low grade, but I these are coins that would be pretty expensive or more expensive than I'm usually willing to pay in higher grades, so I don't have them. So first, three Canadian province coins here. This one's Nova Scotia. um, I really I'm sure you're not going to be able to read this, but it says pure copper, preferred to paper. Just interesting. Today people would say silver, they're not going to say copper. Another Canadian province one here, and then Canadian province, Bank of Upper Canada. Let's get into these. There were quite a few older than this China Empire 1 cash coins, but the problem is they look really similar to me, and I don't have any idea how to distinguish them. There's all these different varieties or ones that are assigned to different years, and they all look the same to me. So I'm just gonna hang on to them until I find someone who's kind of um, more of an expert on those, and see if I can get some help identifying them. Very old coin here. Of course, it's very worn. It's got a hole in it, but still super happy with that. Some of the European countries like France, Italy, United Kingdom, Spain, there were quite a few coins from the 1800s that I already had the types in my binders, but it added new years to my collection for some of those. And then also definitely nicer condition than what I had before. Replaced a lot of coins with holes in them, with um, bent coins, things like that. This one was really interesting. Guatemala provisional coinage, 1915. Not sure what was going on in Guatemala at the time to require the need for that. I showed you this one in the previous part. Again, this is a coin that I really want in my collection, but definitely going to have to get one that's not corroded at some point. Push those back. Really small 1 centimo 1861 from Italy, but in pretty good condition for how old it is. You guys will have to look this coin up and let me know, but I think this is a pretty valuable coin, this one. This Norway 1 skilling. And that was the thing I saw. There were quite a good condition of coins in the coins that were provided here, and this is one that I think's probably the most valuable coin in here. And I did show you this last week real quick to show you better under the lighting here today. You have to let me know what you think that's worth. Some of these countries, like let's see, Hungary, for example, and Poland, there were some older coins than what I'm showing you, but I just didn't get them in the video here. Really like this old Sweden one. Just an example of an older one from Switzerland, and a couple here from Spain. This one's very worn, but still really happy with it. And this one, I really was pretty pleased with the condition of it. Now, in addition, I went through the tokens. There was a handful of tokens, um, probably a tenth of a pound. I'm just guessing. And there were a few U.S. coins, and I looked through all those. And we got an Alabama luxury tax token, so that's one I needed. 2 cent from 1866, very very worn, but still readable. Can read the date here just fine. So I was happy with that, and I was super happy with this. And given it's in terrible condition, but I don't have any Civil War tokens, or I did not have any before getting this coin. So I was thrilled to get a Civil War token. But it is quite worn, and well, and also it's got almost like chunks of the coin out of it, probably found metal detecting or something. But on this side it says the flag of our union, and on this side it says if anybody attempts to tear it down, shoot him on the spot. So kind of interesting. But I was super happy about that. And there were some other U.S. coins. There was like a Buffalo nickel that was missing a date, and I used Nicodate on it. Probably the nicest U.S. coin. It's not very nice, but there was an 1859 Indian head cent, and I don't have anything close to that far back on the Indian head cents. I think I have back to like 1882, and it looks again kind of like the Civil War token, that it was probably in the ground. Especially the reverse side here is in bad shape, but any 1859 Indian head cent is better than no 1859 Indian head cent, in my opinion. And then the last thing I want to show you here is this. I thought this was pretty cool. Now, I already had one of these two, and I got one of these and a third one in the 30 pounds. And I was noticing the two that I got in the 30 pounds, one had a reeded edge and one had a smooth edge. And I kept trying to find a variety on Numista, and I couldn't find it. And then eventually I found in the description of the reeded one on Numista, there was an explanation that back in 1990, when these came out, they were very similar size to a German 1 mark coin. And so by grinding the edge off these coins, they were able to make them indistinguishable to vending machines and things of that nature, to the German 1 mark. And from what I saw, that in 1990, the German 1 mark was about 7,000 Zoltek, or I don't know how to say that exactly, but, and this is 20. So criminals would take these and they would grind off the edge, and apparently it's very common. Of the 3 coins that I was looking at, 2 of them are ground. And the reason why I kept 2 of these is this one, if you're going to be able to see this or not, is like very crudely ground. And this other one's like very like professionally machined. You see the difference there. So I kept these 2 examples. I thought that was really neat. So I like coins that kind of have a good story behind them. So I wrote up the story on the back, and I'll put that in my binder with all of the flips of these coins. But seriously, in addition to this, there's a whole bunch of coins right here that I added in my collection. Overall, I think there are about 100 new types, including some of those are tokens, and there are over 500 new coins, which is pretty low compared to the search through 120 pounds I just did, and I had 40 pounds from 3 different sellers. This is much lower, but given I just did search through that 120 pounds, so a lot of coins that if I hadn't had done that, would have added to my collection this go around, I already had. And there were hundreds and hundreds of coins that I upgraded to a higher grade, higher quality coin. And many of those coins were, around the turn of the 1800s to the 1900s, very old coins, pretty good mix. There was absolutely no silver in this lot. I don't know that means this seller went through and pulled all the silver out. To some extent, I would say they probably did, but also there just wasn't any. So there may have not been any to start with. There were quite a few coins from the United Kingdom. Most of them were pre-decimal. Very, very minimal on the Canadian coins. Pretty happy with that. and there weren't too many coins from any one country. Um, in addition to the United Kingdom having quite a bit, France, Mexico, um, and there was one other country that they had about 7.5% of the coins were from those countries, which isn't terrible. But overall, even given all of this, I'm very happy with this. I still, of the 30 pounds, just over 5 pounds of it I went into my collection, so there's still almost 25 pounds left that I'll be able to mix with other lots and resell, and somebody's going to be very happy with it. There's still a lot of good stuff in there. Anything that I already had in my collection, I just left in. Like there were two Palestine 1 mils. Some of the coins that I even showed you here, there were multiple of. Like for example, I know the 20 Groski from Poland. There were two more of those, and um, so from 1923, and I took one, and of course I picked kind of the nicer one in my opinion and put it in my collection, and the other ones I put back, just mix them back in. And so there's even a little bit of 1800 coins still mixed back in, and just and I'll mix that with other lots that I'll buy in the future before I'll sell them here probably years from now. And I think somebody's going to be absolutely thrilled with it. But I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at these coins with me, and sorry for just going on and talking so much, but I appreciate you all watching, supporting my channel. Hope you all have an excellent day today, and enjoy coin collecting. If you have any comments for me, questions, please make those below. Any if you would please like the video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time.